Just be you. And if people have a problem with you being you, then that's a sign, that is a clear indication that they don't need to be around you. And you have to not make mistakes, and I cannot live in a world like that. Your imagination is how you create the life you want to live. Picture it and then start doing it. Get it done. When God says it's time to grow, you gotta grow. Every time you reject who you are, every time you reject what you like or anything that makes you you break your own heart, love.
We enjoy music that has multiple instruments. So when I talk, it's not a rant, it's a symphony of ideas. And when you collect them, you say, oh, these are all these things that connect. Yeah, you know, I just tell the truth. And telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies.
Hi friends, it's Joy here and welcome back to another video. I'm gonna do a short intro compared to my other videos because I do want to get into the topic of this video, but I had to take a quick little 2-3 day vacation or whatever, just from even recording videos, even planning out videos and coming up with things to just, well, not coming up with, because I've been on a roll lately. Like I have so much to talk about on this channel. I don't think I will ever run out of video ideas. Like if y'all could see my notes, I have so many topics to talk about. But my birthday is in 4 days, and so my energy is a little bit more upbeat. I've really been on this planet for 20 years. I've been on this planet for 20 years and I've learned so much and I've grown so much, and I've just become this person who my younger self and all the old versions of me can really look up to. And that's why I want to get into this video, because who are you when nobody is around? What do you do? What do you wear? How do you think? How do you talk to yourself? Do you make yourself laugh? Are you more like just in a dark corner, or are you still bright and positive? Who are you when nobody is around? Because that is you right now. That is the real you. And I don't want to even say that is the real you, because you aren't fixed. You know what I mean? Like there is no fixed version of you, because you're constantly able to grow and grow and grow. You cannot grow and say, okay, that's it, like this is who I am. No, because every time you turn around, you're gonna realize that you're growing more and more, because as souls, we are infinite. The universe is infinite and we come from God. It's infinite. Everything is infinite. If you look within, you can replenish your whole entire energy by just taking some time to go within and meditate and just tune into your center. You can really just replenish yourself. But when it comes to who you are when you're alone, do you like what you do when you're alone? For example, like if you're alone, and how can I put this, because I don't think that question made any sense. For example, I can, like, the thing is when it comes to my videos, and I be wanting to give relatable examples, however, I can only speak from what I've experienced. Like I can make something up, but then it won't make sense to me because I haven't experienced that thing, right? And so it's like, what am I talking about here? But when it comes to me, who I am on camera is who I am off camera, in my own time, in my own life. Who I am when I'm on my own, when it's just me, myself, and I, is who I am when I'm around people. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna dress myself up, if you know what I mean, to please others, because I'm not a people pleaser anymore. I'm not a people pleaser anymore, and I'm so glad that I'm out of those days. But when it's just you, I personally really like alone time. Like there's a difference between being alone and feeling alone, and I really love being alone. Like I'm at the point in my life, because everybody at some point in their lives is gonna go through a season of isolation, right? And you might not be who you are around other people. You get what I mean? Like, because who you are truly is who you are when it's just you. And so when you have those days when it's just you, and then you get on your friends or whoever and you're like completely different, I feel like that might be a sign that you can expect a season of isolation, in so many words, because God has put me in a season of isolation ever since, I want to say July of 2023. And ever since then, I've been when you're in a season of isolation, it helps you fix your vision, you know what I mean? So when you're spending time with just yourself, you really can fix your vision and focus on what's important, which is you. When God removes you from people, from situations, from places that no longer serve you, and when God says it's time to grow, you gotta grow. And I want to give a little backstory, because in June, like end of June, like kind of like near the end of June, I got fired from a job that I used to work at, and some kind of relationship, I don't know what that was, but with him, things were like really like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? And everything just seemed like it was like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? And then I got placed into that season of isolation, and then slowly but surely I've been having to let go of things and rearrange so many things just to get to where I am today, and I don't regret it. The way I like to see it is my heart is a home, metaphorically. I like to picture it as a house. And so the things that I allow in my house, the people, the places, the experiences that I allow in my house has an effect on how I see my life. If my house is looking good, clean, neat, and tidy, that's a beautiful thing. Everything is just so clean and clear, and there's clarity, you know what I mean? And spending time alone and just taking time to repair your house. Maybe there's times where you gotta change the wallpaper, you know what I'm saying? You might really like the wallpaper, but it's time for some new wallpaper. Like that wallpaper got a couple of scratches, holes, it wasn't put up properly, right? And so now you've been given the opportunity by God. Like when I first entered, and you can actually go back to like one of my oldest videos, and it's talking about like a season of isolation. And I remember in that video I was like it gets really, really lonely, but I'm coping with it because I know it's necessary. I said something like that, and looking back at it, it's really been a journey. You gotta trust the process, you guys. You have to trust the process, I'm telling you, because you might think right then and there everything is just falling apart, but you have to understand that God is a good God, okay? If something seems bad, it just means that there was an attachment to it, and it hurts to let it go. But it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing to let it go. It just might hurt to let it go. Like ripping out, like for example, I have this like wound. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's like right there. I have this scratch on my thumb because I was putting my clothes in my dresser, and then when I took my hand out, I scratched the skin off, and so I had to put a band-aid on it. And this morning when I took the band-aid off, it hurt a little bit. And so it's kind of like taking a band-aid off. Like I had got so used to that band-aid, but I gotta take it off at some point. And so I hope that made sense. Like you gotta take it off, you gotta let it go at some point, and it might hurt, but it's better. Like honestly, from this morning to now, it literally looks like it's like 60% healed from this morning, and it looked like it was 40% healed, you know what I mean? And so that's just life. Like you gotta trust the process. If you are in a season of isolation, if you do spend some time alone, like if you're spending most of your time alone and you say, oh, this is pretty lonely, you gotta cultivate more things, more positive things that you like to do, to make things feel more comfortable. Because you have to remember, when you have been gifted, I like to see alone time as a gift, because where I am now in my life, I'll be looking at people, I'll be like, I don't have to deal with the drama, the negativity. I don't have to worry about if anybody is, side-eyeing me or two-timing me or faking whatever, you know what I mean? I can just be me, and I can thrive in my own energy, and that is a beautiful thing. If you can thrive in your own energy, a bee just flew past my ear, but it is a beautiful thing to thrive in your own energy. And not only has alone time really helped me find myself, and I'm only going to continue to, I think I know myself now, and I got a pretty good perception of myself. But in about 2 months, maybe even by next month, I can't believe February was only a month ago. Like the month of February was like a catalyst for change for me, right? I can't believe that was only a month ago. It feels like that was years ago, only February, and today is March 25th. That's what I'm saying. Like, you just have to be patient, take things day by day, go slowly. Like, you don't need to rush, because as humans, I've said this before in a previous video, I believe, but we tend to overestimate what we can get done in a day, yet we underestimate how far we can go in a year. We might say, oh, today I'm gonna clean my whole house, and I'm going to go grocery shopping, and I'm gonna do all these wonderful things, and then you beat yourself up when you've only cleaned your room and done one load of laundry and barely did the dishes. You know what I mean? Like, give yourself some credit. Slow down. I think everybody is just trying to live life too fast these days. Like, slow down, take time, come back to yourself, really spend some time with yourself, and just check in with yourself. I make that a habit in the morning time. Like, as soon as I get up, I come to the same exact spot that I always sit in, and I feed the cats and I talk to God. I just check in with myself, and I just sit, like, as soon as I wake up, I just check in with myself, check in with God, and just say what usually I'm not really a talker in the morning, but I say whatever I need to say, and that's good enough. I haven't really been meditating like I should, so I definitely got to get back into that. But it's more like you just gotta kind of cultivate more things that bring you peace and harmony. Try and do something new. Figure out yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if God has given you the blessing of spending time in your own energy, because you might think that the universe is out to get you, right? I used to think for a very long time that the world was against me. You know what I mean? And that made me turn away from God at a very, very young age. And so it's like, now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, I was trying to fit myself into a mold that I didn't need to fit in. One thing I've been saying to myself is, I'm an animal. I'm an animal. I'm a human animal. Just like a cat is a cat animal, a bird is a bird animal, a fish is a fish animal. I'm a human animal. And so I'm not meant to be perfect. I'm not meant to portray myself to the public as someone who has it all together, because I'm human and I'm gonna make a mistake. Who knows? Like, I don't even know when my next mistake is going to be. We live in a world where you have to be prim and perfect and get everything right. You have to be managing your time properly, and you have to not make mistakes. And I cannot live in a world like that. I had to break free out of this false matrix that everybody is following, and everybody wants to live a certain way and do certain things and just follow the matrix. And I just could not do it. I've been thinking a lot lately about when I started college, because I graduated high school in 2022, and by the time it was close to graduation, I really realized I didn't want to go to college. You know what I mean? Like, when I was a little girl, I used to dream of being a neurosurgeon, like something in the medical field, because I was also very, very obsessed with like the human body, and I just like to learn more about what I am as a human, like what makes me do what I do. You know what I mean? And I got to the part where I started college, and I just felt so depressed during that time, because I knew that that was not for me. I didn't feel comfortable being in that matrix, just going to college and doing what everybody says. Like, no, you write your own rules. When you are alone, do what it is you like to do, and show up in public the same way you show up in private. You gotta show up in public the same way that you show up in private, because you gotta let people know who you really are. You gotta let your light shine as bright as it possibly can. Be who you are, and don't try and be something you're not to please other people. Who are you when it's just you? And show people that. And if you aren't comfortable with who you are, you need to allow more light into your life, because you have to learn how to be comfortable in your own energy. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, in the middle of the day, you're still going to be you, and you are spending the rest of your life with you. You're not going to be spending the rest of your life with Carol and Susie and Bobby and Jimmy. No, you're going to be spending the rest of your life with you, because you are the only person who is going to stay in your life forever. You can't get away from yourself. You literally, like, damn, my teenager self really needed to, technically I'm still a teenager because I'm 19, but not for 4 more days. I think I said my birthday was in 5 days, but not for 4 more days. I'll be 20 in 4 days. Anyways, you can't run away from yourself. You can't. You can only reject yourself, and in the long run that's hurting you. Every single time you reject yourself, you break your own heart just a little bit. Every single time you reject yourself, you wreck your own home. Every single time, for example, if you're really into pop music and then the people you hang out with are into R&B or I don't fucking know, jazz music, and then so you say, yeah, I really like jazz music, and you know, and you say pop music sucks and da da da, like you just rejected yourself. You like what you like. I think that was a good example to use, but you get what I mean. Like every time you reject who you are, every time you reject what you like or anything that makes you you break your own heart, love, and you gotta stop doing that. If you are doing that, you gotta stop doing that, and it's not something you can stop right now. But take your time. Anytime you realize you're about to, for example, like what I'm trying to say here is tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? If somebody asks you, oh, what do you like to do on the weekends? If you like to just chill at home and watch a movie or whatever, then say that. You don't have to say, oh yeah, I go shopping and I clean my own. Like, come on. Just be you. And if people have a problem with you being you, then that's a sign, that is a clear indication that they don't need to be around you. It's not that you don't need to be around them. Your energy is top notch, okay? They don't deserve to be around you if they can't accept who you are, and it's vice versa. If you can't accept who somebody else is, you might want to remove yourself from the equation, because there's no point in spewing negativity at each other. I've been saying this in my most previous videos. I'm gonna say it again. Every time we judge one another, we're judging ourselves. The eye of judgment sees at a distance what it refuses to see in itself. The eyes of judgment sees at a distance what it refuses to see in itself. So every time you turn around and you start judging yourself, you might want to say, oh yeah, that has something to do with me, nothing with them. You got to. We gotta stop judging each other, because every time we do that, we're just sending negativity our way, and I really don't want a world like that. And if you want a world where everybody could just be cool, everybody could just, like, we might not know each other, but we don't gotta like look down on one another and, like, you know what I mean, like we could just be cool. You know what I'm saying? It's no problem, it's no issue, it's no pressure. And if there's someone who you see is living their life in like a not so okay way, instead of judging them, just kind of just wish them well. Just kind of be like, damn, like, I pray for you. You know what I mean? Like, wish them well, because we're all human, we're all brothers and sisters. We all come from God as souls. We all got the same Father God. Me and Ricky are brother and sister. Me and Galileo are brother and sister. So, and if you're watching this, we're brother and sister. And even our human bodies make us brother and sister, because the earth is our mother Earth, Father God. Like, we're all related because we all are on earth and we all come from God. So I love you all, my brothers and sisters. And if you really enjoyed this video, then I recommend you subscribe and hit that bell to join the community, because we hit 40 subscribers. And if you tune into like one of my most recent videos, I can't remember which one it is, but my goal was to hit 40 subscribers by my birthday, and we're already there. So I want to say thank y'all so much for giving me my birthday wish and just having 40 people in the community. Like, that's 40 like-minded people. That's a lot of people. If I was to have 40 people around me right now, that's a lot of fucking people. I don't even have 40 chairs. I got one chair over there and one I'm sitting in. So unless y'all want to come sit on my lap and pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just, it's just amazing. Like, that's 40 like-minded people who genuinely just are doing better with their lives, trying to do better with their lives, and just trying to, I'm happy because, dog, like, could you imagine if the whole world just got on the same page and was like, let's love one another, let's send love to one another, let's look after each other, let's protect each other. Could you imagine that? Really though, I imagine it all the time, because your imagination is how you create the life you want to live. Picture it and then start doing it. Get it done. And I picture that all the time, like just a world where everybody is cool, man. Every time I'm walking down to the park or whatever and I see a stranger, I smile, because we brother and sister. Literally, we're all family. We're all family. So subscribe to join the community and engage with this video, please, in any way that you can, because it really does help push the content out to more people who are like-minded, and it gets this video like on their recommended page. I don't really know how the algorithm works, but it's an algorithm, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's all that I have for this video, and I will see y'all in my next one. Until next time, bye friends.